Hey there, folks.
Let's
JB
go,
Pino
dude.
live
JB
on WFLA. Now, let's show you our live feed from Grand Teton National Park. You can see
Let's
here
go. JB's going to describe to us what the fucking window is washed with, dude.
So we're about 1 minute away here, at least from the scheduled press conference time, the scheduled press conference for 6 o'clock Eastern, 5.
Sorry. I mean, all you know, we are excited to see our boy JB Pino, who is just the absolute fucking legend. But also at the same time, like someone died and they found the body. So let's just fucking, you know, let's just dial it back. Okay. It's hard not to get excited when we see our boy, JB, you know, on the ones and twos, just absolutely fucking destroying it. Just doing a freaking awesome job. You know, JB takes no shits. Okay. JB will tell you when it's the top of the hour and there's a 60-second ad break. JB will tell you you can avoid those ads if you subscribe. I feel like I literally just ran an ad break. Like that's how fucking quickly time is flying right now. Anyway. Yeah, JB will tell you that you can, you know, you can subscribe for $4 in September if you want to. You don't have to, but you can. And that way you'll have an ad-free broadcasting experience. They'll tell you you can subscribe for free with a Twitch Prime. You can use an ad blocker or a VPN if you don't want to subscribe. JB will give you the opportunities, you know. And lastly, he'll tell you you should steal your wife's boyfriend's Amazon Prime and connect it to your Twitch Prime to get one free Prime subscription a month. If you don't want to see the ad breaks anymore, here's the ad break now.
A press conference has been called here pertaining to an update in Gabby Petito's disappearance as we understand it. And so we're moments away here from finding out what that update is. And again, the coroner's office reporting that a body has been found. So sticking to the facts here, that's what we know here at this time. You can hear some of the chatter coming in here, folks. We're live a little bit early, even though we were live about 2 or so minutes before the top of the hour here. Went live a little bit early here. And
he said it!
Press conference hasn't gotten underway here. Why are we live a little bit early? Because it takes time for, of course, all the shares and everything to occur on social media, all the retweets to occur.
Why is he describing this?
It gives everybody the opportunity to kind of file in here, comment back and forth. We're going to be featuring your comments here coming up with hashtag HeyJB as we do here on WFLA Now.
Bro,
So
I love
Live,
him, dude. He's
YouTube
like,
Live,
yeah, we started earlier
Twitter,
because, you know, we just wanted you to file in, you know, share, get those shares out.
use hashtag
That's
HeyJB.
right. I'm going to do that too. I'm the boyfriend of someone's wife, then steal the fucking husband's
Animated on
account.
screen here.
No dead air, dude. JB, no dead. JB, no dead air. Biuno.
Here, folks. So we were live a little bit earlier on today for the search for Brian Laundrie, and people were asking at that time, "What's going on in Wyoming? What's going on in Wyoming?" This is what was going on in Wyoming. I want to keep the press conference here on screen.
Well, we've got some drone footage going on.
So let's go split screen here. Left side of the screen here, folks, is the podium. We're waiting for that press conference to get underway here momentarily. When it starts, we go full screen, we listen in, we find out what this update is. On the right side of your screen, these are search efforts.
What is going on in Wyoming, dude?
Real coverage of that search effort that was underway today here. So Grand Teton National Park. There you can see some of the cars there that were parked, going through some of the areas here that had been mentioned as possible locations as to where that white van had been located. So the search efforts were underway here. We've had simultaneous search efforts here, folks. Simultaneous. Because right now, and it still stands this way at this moment, we have a dual missing persons case for this engaged couple that left on July 2nd from New York in that white Ford van going across the country, posting on social media. The couple, of course, being Gabby Petito and Brian Laundrie. Brian Laundrie being, of course, Gabby's fiance and the person of interest in this case. Brian Laundrie is missing. And we were live, excuse me, we were live earlier on today with a update as to the search efforts. And right now, the search area in Florida where Brian Laundrie could possibly be, again, seen leaving on Tuesday in hiking gear, or said to have left family on Tuesday with hiking gear. The area where he is said to be is so vast and expansive. but it is
And
a
the San
fraction
Gabby is the
of the
fucking
size of the area that is Grand Teton National Park in Wyoming. So we're about to get an update here, folks. Thanks for spending a portion of your evening here with us. I haven't even looked too much here at some of the folks that are.
JB, give us the attention, dude. What the fuck? We need it from you, Jay.
Platforms here, and I can see hello to our YouTube audience, hello to our Twitter audience, hello to our Facebook audience. A reminder here, folks, I've been live here pretty much the last.
All right, I got some fucking crazy shit for you from Brian Enton, okay? The Red, White, and Bethune family bloggers were giving me permission to share this video. The family says they were driving around Grand Teton National Park around 6 p.m. August 27th and spotted Gabby Petito's van. They were just going through the old videos and they saw the van. We actually weren't able to find
any sites, and we ended up driving back through, saw it again, but here it is on the left. So.
And I slowed it down so you can possibly see it a little bit better.
But kind of freaky for a late Saturday evening, but we just kind of had a brain fart. Oh my God, there's that van. So if anybody can help, I know the FBI is looking for all the help they can get onto the case.
The family says this is in the Spread Creek dispersed camp area of the park. Here are the photos the police provided to us of the van, where it is now at the Northport Police Department. This is the van itself now. Also, what's fucking nuts is like they have some responses, and the back van door was open and then closed upon them driving up to it. The zoomed in and slowed way down so you can see the back door close as they approach. I don't know about that part, but this is crazy. Those are sandals.
Love the streams, Hasan Hassel. You made my worldview way better.
Those do be looking like sandals. And that is the same hat. But also, I don't know where the what do you call it? Like where this puts them. Like, I don't know if August 27th is like before she went missing or if it's after she went missing. That Twitter name is Astrology Lamau. Wait, where? Astrology Academy. Oh my God. Oh, well, see? There you go, dude. You can't be fucking...
We actually weren't able to find any sites, and we ended up driving back through, saw it again, but here it is on the left. So.
And I slowed it down so you can...
Was that door open? Like, I can't tell. I'm going to look at it again. Okay, we're going to look at it closely.
We actually weren't able to find any sites.
No, right? That black bar that you see in the middle, that is just simply the ladder, I think. I think people are mistaking the ladder for...
We actually weren't able to find any sites, and we ended up driving back through, saw it again, but here it is on the left. So.
And I slowed it down so you can possibly see it a little bit better.
No, I think it's just the ladder. I think people think that it's like
kind of freaky for a late Saturday evening, but we just kind of had a brain fart. Oh my God, there's that van. So.
Okay, let's get back to JB.
To Brian Enton again. Follow him on News Nation. Follow him on air and online.
Bro, that is not the guy. I think that's just like
has not been revealed, and they won't say if it was a man or a woman. Let's break down.
Get to the presser,
some
JB.
Of the key questions that are going to be asked in this press conference. Give you a little bit of a primer.
Get to the fucking presser, JB. Shut up.
Of course, the first questions are going to be, and what we anticipate happening here is an announcement being made, and then a question and answer period. And we hope to find out whether or not the body that was found here today during the search in Grand Teton National Park, whether or not that was Gabby Petito, or based on, of course, preliminary results here, if they believe that.
Oh, never mind. That guy was just testing the microphone. God damn it, dude. I can't believe I thought JB would be unprofessional enough to speak over a fucking live video when it's going on. That's just me. That's me behavior. That's Hasanabi behavior. JB would literally never do that. It was just a fucking microphone tester guy. And like, obviously, you know, JB is a friend to the working class. So like, you know, he probably does believe that the microphone tester guy has a lot of important things to say. But right now, JB is making up he's trying to use the time. He's trying to use as much
just a
time as he
mic
possibly can to let out as much information as
believe the body to
possible.
be there. What condition was the body in? Was there an attempt to cover up the body? Was there an attempt to conceal it?
No, but
Was it found near where the van was? And this is new video that came in.
Yeah, the reality is what we learned from that lesson is never doubt the streamer. So, like, for example, when chat says, like, oh, dude, the video is live already. Like, why aren't you on the video? Or, like, shut the fuck up over the video. Like, yeah, just like I doubted JB, chat should also recognize that they doubt me from time to time and should never do that ever the fuck again.
This is courtesy of, and make sure I have this right, Jen Bethune. Red, White, and Bethune. Big thank you to them for providing us with this video. And this is the video that they found on, and I want to make sure that I have the date here correct. August 27th is when they believe that this video was shot. And this is a massive clue. Now, based on the video here, the video shows us what does the video show us? The video shows us a van here parked off. This is Grand Teton National Park. A van here that was parked on the left side of the road here. Kind of an odd spot to be parked. People on Reddit and TikTok have been combing through this video to determine whether or not this is, in fact, it's hard. You can't see too well if it's Florida plates, but trying to comb through and determine whether or not this is, in fact, the Laundry and Petito vehicle. And then also, too, people have been combing through the background of this video, trying to figure out exactly what they can see. And there's a lot of people trying to enhance this video on Reddit and on TikTok.
Wait a minute. Okay, I got to interrupt this broadcast to say that Simu Liu is actually a fucking chatter. One of those fucking annoying ass chatters who constantly fucking says Ariana Grande is too young looking. Is it legal for Ariana Grande to be dating Big Sean? Just wondering. That's right, dude.
This was early.
Just wondering, Andy.
They have been using all means possible here. Oh, I think we have them walking up to the podium here, folks. Let's listen in.
Right, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us. We'll have time for a brief statement. Because this is an ongoing investigation, we won't have time for questions. Please.
I might have juiced the audio.
Good afternoon. My name is Charles Jones. I'm the Supervisory Senior Resident Agent here in Wyoming for FBI Denver. Standing with me here today are Acting Chief Ranger Matt Wilbur with the National Park Service, Hunter Bailey, who is Chief of the National Park Service Investigative Services Branch. We also have Teton County Sheriff Matt Carr and Jackson Police Chief Michelle Weber. First and foremost, on behalf of the FBI personnel and our partners, I would like to extend sincere and heartfelt condolences to Gabby's family. Joe and Tara Petito and Jim and Nicole Schmidt. As every parent can imagine, this is an incredibly difficult time for the family and friends. Our thoughts and prayers are with them. We ask that you all respect the privacy as they mourn the loss of their daughter. As you are aware, FBI personnel, in coordination with our partners at National Park Service, the Forest Service,
I mean, he said the
Teton
mourning the
County
loss of the
Sheriff's
daughter
Office,
is over.
and Jackson Police Department have been conducting an investigative activity in the vicinity of the Spread Creek dispersed camping area. Earlier today, human remains were discovered, consistent with the description of Gabby Petito. Full forensic identification has not been completed to confirm 100% that we found Gabby, but her family has been notified of this discovery. The cause of death has not been determined at this time. We appreciate your continued support and patience as we work through this process. The vicinity around Spread Creek campsite will remain closed to the public until further notice. This is an active and ongoing investigation, so we ask everyone maintain distance from law enforcement personnel and equipment, vehicles, and related activity for their own safety, as well as to protect the integrity of our work and respect privacy for Gabby's family. We appreciate the tremendous support from the public The support from the public's response to request of tips
Sup,
has
what the
been
heck is happening?
remarkable. We continue to seek information from anyone who utilized the Spread Creek dispersed camping area between the dates of August 27th and August 30th.
The fact that they let Brian go and he wasn't under like round the clock surveillance is psychotic to me. I don't know.
In that area. Please share any new information with the FBI at
Like, I'm not saying
tips.fbi.gov.
arrest him
1-800
immediately,
call
right?
FBI.
Like, because you know
Finally,
there's a
the
little
Denver
thing
field
called the
office
law,
direct is
and you can't do that. But like, at least surveil him a little bit. What the fuck?
Photos and videos can also be uploaded at fbi.gov/petito. We thank our partners at the National Park Service, the U.S. Forest Service.
Yeah, he
Teton
could
County
still be
Sheriff's
innocent.
Office, and
Very
Jackson
unlikely,
Police
but he
Department
could be
for
innocent.
Collaboration and diligence.
The
in
only
this
problem
investigation.
here is that he was still
They surged
seen
their
as
resources,
as the leading,
in a
like
very short
he was
amount
seen
of
as a
time,
prime, not
and their personnel
suspect,
have
but
been
like
intimate-
a
or have
person of
intimate knowledge
interest.
of the rugged terrain that we're dealing with, which made this process much more difficult. We greatly appreciate the invaluable skill and expertise of the Teton County Search and Rescue Team. We also thank the community of Jackson and the surrounding areas for the hospitality and for accommodating a rapid influx of law enforcement personnel in the area. In order to protect our investigative process and increase probability of successful prosecution should it be necessary, we have no additional comments. We appreciate your cooperation and respect for Gabby's family, loved ones during this difficult time. Thank you.
Like, I understand why you don't just like fucking throw the dude in jail and throw the key away. Okay, like we are a nation of laws. Okay, you can't fucking do that, right? Because like it's technically a missing persons case right now. Until this very moment, it was considered a missing persons case. Now it's a murder investigation. So obviously, like there are rules that you need to fucking follow. And despite the fact that the dude was like insanely suspicious, I mean, in every fucking sense of the word, like there is a reason why that you can't just like, you know, there's a reason why you can't just like fucking drop everything and just, you know.
Authorities at Grand Teton National Park.
Oh, I want to see
a body matching Gabby Petito's description found by hard-working search members here today, Sunday, September 19th, 2021. And Gabby Petito's family has been informed of the tragic news. Hey there, folks. JB Buno here with you live on WFLA Now. That's 6 o'clock. Presser was difficult for even members of law enforcement to deliver the news here, the news that we have all been fearing now for the last almost week of this story. Every single solitary person that I spoke to personally off the clock when I talked to them about this story, when I told them the details, when the story began to first gain traction Monday, Tuesday of last week, when I talked to them and I said, this was a couple that went, an engaged couple that went on a cross-country road trip. They were together and they made it all the way from your posting on social media, all the way through to Wyoming, to Utah, to that area of the country. And then the social media trail of breadcrumbs went cold. And Brian returned to the Tampa Bay area, to Northport, Florida, with her van, and Gabby was missing, and Gabby was not part of that trip back here to Florida. The most common response that I got was, this doesn't feel right. That's not good. This doesn't add up. This stinks. That was the response that I got. And as the story progressed over the week, the situation just, it got worse. The video came out from
Stay
Utah,
strong. Stay strong, Brian.
there was a domestic
Stay strong,
call,
JB.
and that the police here wanted to see if Gabby was safe. During this moment, investigators are talking to Gabby about her well-being and what to do, but also trying to figure out exactly what happened. Brian, as we get in some stray audio here, let me just kind of take care of that.
Take care of that,
Brian
JB.
had scratches on his face. Gabby, clearly distraught here. Something just wasn't right between this couple. There have been people examining.
How did this become a
body
moment? Telegenic, pretty white couple Both of them are like attractive. White girl goes missing. They documented a lot of their stuff. Everybody loves true crime. The dude that's like high key very likely did it. Does the most suspicious shit you can do. Apparently there's actually a fucking thing called like white woman syndrome or something, like in the media when there's like a missing case for like a pretty white girl, there's always a lot of coverage over it. Like, I mean, that doesn't mean that this is not missing white woman syndrome. Yeah. That doesn't mean that this is not like an important story. Of course it is. But, you know, I mean, every missing person story is devastating. You just don't give a shit when it happens to sex workers. You don't give a shit when it happens to like black women. You don't give a shit when it happens to trans people. It's just like it's happening regularly all around us. But the real reason why this is like a national story is because it's a pretty white girl who's from like a upper middle class family, and now it's you know.
So they came up here, they gave us their information. We were told we were not allowed to ask questions, and they left, and they were in and out. And so it's just really heartbreaking news.
When we watch ACS, you always said always get a lawyer first. Yeah, when you're suspicious or when you're the criminal, yes. I tell you, like, always get a lawyer first. Even if you didn't do the crime, always get a lawyer. But also, I'm helping you do the crime in that situation, okay? So that's one. So yeah, if he did the crime, yeah, he did the right thing, but he still did the fucking crime. He did the right thing for self-preservation, but he still did the crime. And also, on top of that, this fucking asshole lawyered up before he even revealed that Gabby Petito was missing, okay? He lawyered the fuck up. He left this person behind, no one knows where or how, drove the fucking van that they bought together that's like functionally her van, back to fucking Florida, lawyered up, and then the family actually said, yeah, Gabby Petito's missing. Like, he didn't even fucking come out and was like saying that she was missing. So, you know, he did like literally every bad thing you can do.
That is not,
and he's also missing himself now. He's on the lam.
of course, at the center of this story are the families that we're talking about here. We're talking now, we'll talk about the Laundry family here in just a moment. But we're not.
Oh, we'll talk about them, all right, he said.
We've been talking about this story for way too long. We are not moving on to the laundry aspect of this story until we give Gabby what she deserves.
Isn't broadcasting this playing into MWWS and white supremacy broadly? Dude, you asked this question before, and like, I don't know how to fucking answer you, dude. Like, it's such a psychotic fucking take to think that like I'm advancing white supremacy because like like, what do you want me to do? Like, not care? You want me to just be like, dude, yeah, who gives a fuck? You know, people go missing every day. Like, it's one of the most psychotic fucking takes that like a Twitch channel is actually, you know, promoting white supremacy because we're like fascinated by a fucking true crime story that is unfolding right in front of our eyes. Like, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with your brain, dude. I swear to God. It's just like an insane take.
They've flown to Wyoming. They have flown down here to Florida.
Damn, JB is like fucking crying.
They have done countless interviews.
Why not cover a black woman missing instead? You only care about her because she's pretty and white, dude. You guys are fucking deranged, dude. Like, literally fucking deranged. Like, actually just like the most deranged people. Oh, this dude's name is Soy Mongol. What the fuck? I mean, he's probably a fucking psycho.
5 months of hot takes.
Fucking 4chan groiper over here. BIPOC designation is one founded on exclusion. Please don't fucking associate with these idiots in the movement. Why not cover a black woman that's missing instead? You're only caring about this core story because she's pretty and white. It's a true crime story that is like unfolding. It's like, you know, it's a matter of public interest. People,
right, let's bring up some of the.
You made your chat race obsessed.
Some of the comments.
Again, another fucking idiotic take. If I am responsible for my chat, don't you recognize that like me being like, stop being a fucking psychopath is actually me cleaning up chat's behavior? Or are you just more focused on like making idiotic assumptions and being and trying to think that you're in the right? Anyway. Also, race
have it.
obsessed is the biggest fucking self-report take you can ever have, dude. What public is she of interest to? Public that likes to watch true crime unfold in front of their eyes. Is that a good answer for you, dumbass? Like, go consume more morally righteous content, dude. Just turn it off right now. Just go read Das Kapital, okay? Like, seriously. Just here, Dapper Alexander, I helped you along the way. I permanently banned you. Any other chatters want that? For the record, Hasan went into this topic knowing this to begin with. I literally mentioned it like 3 times. I mentioned it so many fucking times, like missing white women syndrome. Like, even before I knew that there was a terminology for it called missing white women syndrome, I literally came into the subject saying, I'm going to be honest with you guys, this is a horrible thing, but horrible things happen all the fucking time. But the real reason why everybody cares about this is because, like, you know, this is a telegenic story. And that's precisely why there's a lot of fucking media attention on this, because, you know, this is a person that's missing, but also, you know, on top of that, they're vloggers. They have a lot of video. There's a lot of like elements in the story, including her being like a pretty white girl, that factors into this. And that's it. That's what it is.
Use to digest, and we're going to do it here together. I never met this girl. And if this type of story had occurred 30, 40 years ago, maybe this type of a response wouldn't be in me. But you watch enough YouTube videos. This is a 2021 story, in that you watch enough YouTube videos, Instagram clips, you see enough pictures, and you feel, and I'm sure the people out there are thinking the same thing. You feel like you knew a little bit about who Gabby was. No one knows more than the Gabby Petito family and those closest to Gabby, but just, she was a free spirit as we understand it. She was somebody that loved to go on adventures. She was somebody who was magnetic and loved sharing her experiences with the world. And
yeah, the funniest thing is, like, while this was going on, I talked about indigenous women that had gone missing, a sex worker that was that had gone missing. But like, everybody only comes in here and be like, just to say like, aha, black women go missing every day and you're not covering them, you white supremacists. Meanwhile, like, you literally don't have a fucking separate story. You're gonna Google it right now to prove a fucking point. You're literally going to Google it right now to prove a point. You had no idea if there were other people that were missing. You are just going to Google it. There are actually indigenous folks in my fucking chat that straight up sent me links and shit that we talked about before. But you right now, motherfucker, you are just coming up with it right now because you want to fucking win a goddamn argument. That's how little you give a fuck about other people going missing. That's how little you give a fuck about black women going missing. That you are straight up going to Google it now just to fucking write it in the chat to be like, this person's gone missing, you didn't cover it.
But now
that's how little you care, because all this is to you is just an argument on the internet.
So let's just take a moment here. What we're gonna do is we'll step away for 90 seconds. 90 seconds. And just say and let everybody just have a moment. Just a moment of silence here. This is for Gabby Petito. We'll be back in 90 seconds to continue the conversation here and where this now goes. But for what we'll do is here, folks, we're gonna pause this.
One more month until the baby is here, Haspoggers.
And a prayer for Gabby Petito.
It's so fucking silly. Like, it's such a dumb thing. Not to be on men's rights or anything, but she admitted to assaulting him, meaning there was already a history of violence in the relationship, and the cops were like, well, I don't think she meant it, and let her go. No way the guy would have gotten away with it, but women often do, which led her in the situation where violence was already present. What the fuck? Dude, you are such a psycho, dude. That's what your takeaway is? That, like, she kickstarted the violence? That's why she's murdered now? Like, because she fucking kickstarted the... Dude, I don't care about the moment of silence that JB Buno is posting for Gabby Petito, okay? The fuck? I don't give a shit that he wants to do a moment of silence. I'm going to do coverage, okay? Shut up. Yeah, that was a psychopathic take. I'm an indigenous chatter that's been around for a few months, and honestly, you've talked more about indigenous people in NA and other minority rights than any of these other non-native streamer I've seen on the platform. Jesus Christ, dude. What makes me so mad about the media's obsessive coverage of this is that I had no idea about the police gangs until like Gravel Institute video. The story is sad, but it infuriates me how the media masturbates to this kind of content. Yes, the media personally operates in a way where they care about profits. They care about fucking ratings. This is, like I said, this is like a high rating story. This is something that people are going to care about. You care about it. Look at that. There's 38,000 people in this fucking chat right now on a Sunday afternoon because everyone is fucking trying to figure it out. Everyone wants to know what the fuck's going on. Okay? That's just the reality.
JB Buno here with you live on
All right,
WeasellyLittleLiarDude
get
now.
back to
I've
us,
been reading
JB.
through some of the comments.
Tell us how it is, JB.
For being here with us. We've been that was a moment of silence for Gabby Petito and a moment a moment of reflection for everyone. A moment where we can just send some prayers for the Petito family, the family that just wanted to find their daughter. They did, but not in the way that they had originally hoped. We've gotten in the last several moments, we've gotten in some updates that we're going to get to. Just first here, before we do that, just a couple of comments that we'll animate here on screen. You can use hashtag HeyJB. That's the only way that we animate comments on screen, so that if you don't want your name and whatever your account profile picture is, we won't animate your comment on screen unless you absolutely want us to. And if you want us to, please use hashtag HeyJB. Michelle Mann, hashtag HeyJB. May her family find peace and may Gabby fly high. Let her wings soar. A very touching comment here from Michelle. From Anastasia, hashtag HeyJB. My thoughts and prayers are with the Petito family. Justice for Gabby. Let's first and foremost show you the area where this all happened here today. So this is video that we just got in. Let me make sure that I attribute this video properly. Very important to give the proper credit here to those who shot this video. And this is from, and I'll make sure I have this right here.
He does proper.
I thought I had it right up here on one of my screens.
He does proper attributions, dude.
Here. This is from KSL. KSL Chopper 5. This was where the body of Gabby Petito, or the body again. We have to continue to repeat this now.
I will never do proper attributions
stage of the
because I'm a fucking piece of shit
in the identity process here. But a body matching Gabby Petito's description has been found here in this location. But it's enough of a match preliminarily to contact the Petito family and inform them what has happened. These were the search efforts that were underway here today, and this is where they found a body. This video has been screened here. The video has been screened.
My man gave the attributions down to the fucking name of the chopper, bro. He gave the credit to the vehicle.
We're not showing anything that we're not supposed to. But this is where Gabby was found. And now, and back to the commenter here a moment ago, justice for Gabby. There needs to be justice for Gabby Petito. There needs to be justice for Gabby Petito. And we don't know how swift that justice is. But let me just say this. Before we take more of your hashtag HJB comments, and now we carry this conversation forward into a man's name here that I'm going to start saying over and over again here in a few minutes.
I don't know if this is his first news story, but like, I'm going to be honest with you guys, dude. You can probably notice like the difference in coverage between me and JB.
5 months.
But like, I've covered so many fucking stories like this and like endless amounts of fucking death and destruction that like he is like distraught by this shit. I'm like, no, we're going to move on to the next murder tomorrow. And I'm actually shocked at how like dramatic his telling of the events are. I mean, and the story is really fucking shitty. It's horrible. But goddamn, dude, like I'm fucking broken, dude. This is how you're supposed to normally act, I think. I'm so broken. No, it's not JCS, Chad. I've been covering the worst shit on the planet every single fucking day for the past like 8 years, dude. Every single day. Like racist attacks,
Yo, shout out to my offliners.
like police brutality, missing people, dead people. Crazy.
It's been an exhausting week, and they've been searching. They were searching all day yesterday, all day today, and we can only
maybe because you don't have kids. Wait, you think JB has
this
kids?
News is I would imagine. I'll just say this: I would imagine that this news reaches the ears of Florida law enforcement here, and they're going to want all the search efforts. This has been a grueling search in Myakkahatchee, in rural Sarasota. We can only hope now that this kicks them in and kicks them into a whole nother gear. Not that they needed a whole nother gear, but provides them with an extra jolt of motivation here to find Brian.
Yeah, how dare you say I don't have fucking kids? I got 30,000 kids, bro. What the fuck?
But let's hope that they are reinvigorated here tonight, because they want to do what they can for the Petito family and bring this to justice, bring this story to justice. All right, it's time to do a more thorough discussion here on what we know, what we don't know, and on Brian Laundrie here. Okay, so let's now start. Let's get into this here. Let's talk about Brian Laundrie. Nothing has changed as of this time with Brian Laundrie. He is still a missing person. He is still a person of interest and a missing person. He is not a suspect at this time.
Yeah, right.
That could change. An examination of the body, an examination of the area where the body was found, the autopsy, all of this is going to be conducted now to determine whether or not there's any evidence in Wyoming that Brian Laundrie can be officially labeled as a suspect. Right now, this is a missing person search.
I mean, they're right. He's right, but like, I mean, he's sus as fuck.
At this time, I want to reiterate this. Some very strong-worded comments for Brian Laundrie here in the comment section. But we have to report it as is. And right now, Brian Laundrie, and this could change with a tweet in 5 seconds, but right now, Brian Laundrie is a person of interest in a missing persons case. So if they were to find him at this moment, at this time, he can't be charged with a crime until they say that he can be charged with a crime because they have evidence to justify the crime being, of course, charged against him. So that's where we are with this. So now that we kind of got that out of the way, let's talk about what we don't know and what we do know. We don't know the cause of death. We don't know the condition that the body was found in. We don't know what kind of evidence was found with the body. We don't know if there was an attempt to conceal the body. We don't know if the body was found at the bottom of a ravine. We don't know if the body was found in a shallow grave. We don't know if the body was found under a blanket. I don't want to go into the gruesome details, but we don't know what condition the body was found in.
Fucking chill, bro.
Out of respect for the Petito family, of course, we don't know the condition that the body was found in. So this is all now a process. It's a process that I think that a lot of folks would dearly hope would be.
Isn't being a person of interest in fleeing some sort of crime? No.
When my brain starts to rot?
I mean, I think they can hit him with obstruction of justice, or I think they can hit him with obstruction of justice now, or not even. Probably not even, because he's not. First of all, it wasn't a murder case. It's still not a murder case technically, but let's be fucking real. Like, It looks like it. That's number one. Number two, when there's no body, there's no murder. When there's no murder, there's no suspect. You understand? So now there's a body. Now we need to find out if it's a murder, or like, you know, go beyond just our suspicions that it's a murder. Then afterwards, depending on how the body, you know, passed away, then we figure out if there's actually a fucking suspect, like a murder suspect. And most likely it's Brian, okay? But those are the processes that you need. Clearly they're saying he's not a suspect, so if he is alive, he will come forward willingly? Yeah, no. I don't think so.
Extra time necessary and put a button on this to the point where they are 100% confident that the person responsible for this gets put away for as long as necessary. So there's a process now that has to be followed. So,
like, I get what you're saying. You're saying the cops are saying he's not a suspect, so he comes forward willingly.
We're going to want to rush here this process.
But like he is, everyone with a brain thinks he's the suspect. So
so that law enforcement here, they have this correct and right and done by the book. I know here that there are folks who are joining us here that are just finding us here. We had a moment of silence earlier for Gabby Petito, and these images here. What I think now what we're gonna do is we've been showing this video enough. Can we not all agree? And our system here, our video system here, just kind of immediately goes into autoplay mode. So what I think what we're gonna do here, folks, is we're gonna put away this video for unless we need it later. We're gonna put away this video here
for
a while. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna kind of freeze it right here on Gabby's image. Let's go back to the image here, and we're just gonna freeze it. I want to remember Gabby this way. Let's do this.
What is
first.
happening?
I'm gonna just freeze this and instead of video playing here and all that auto feed video, let's do that. Let's get to some of the questions and some of the comments that are coming in here on Facebook Live and Twitter.
All right, JB's being a little weird right now. Okay, just a little weird. I feel like, I don't know if he's playing into it. I feel like this is a little irresponsible. Either it's me or just JB sounds very weird, like he's into her. I don't know. He was crying earlier, dude. I don't know. I mean, he was literally crying. He did a fucking, you know, he did a moment of silence. This shows how far the body was from the van in the video. Location marked off forest where the van was. Coordinates are where Gabby Petito's body was found. Now everyone needs to shut the fuck up about Brian's possible innocence. There ain't any. You think this is his first missing person and murder case as a reporter? He admitted he watched all her YouTube videos? Jesus Christ, dude. What the fuck?
Brian is the focal
Pull it together, JB.
Despite not being named a suspect, being a person of interest, him going missing this week certainly adds up. 2 + 2 = 4. And I think that it's pretty fair to say right now that Brian is the primary and in some estimations the sole focus right now of the investigation here in Florida. Yeah, a lot of questions about Brian's parents. Jasmine Sue, #HeyJB. I hope Brian's parents come forward and speak about what they know. Brian's parents have the same exact constitutional rights as myself, as you watching at home, and as Brian Laundrie if he's wandering in the woods. The right to remain silent. And the fact is that anything that you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. And so Brian's parents, at this stage now, it would be a significant turn for them to start talking now, given what has happened.
At Hasan by Hasi, what
So
you eating?
Jasmine here is hoping that the Laundrie family's conscience comes into play here. But that's, hold on a second though. We can't jump from A to C without talking about B, and B is this in that equation. You're assuming that Brian's family knows something. Brian's family might not know something. That scenario is still within what I call the realm of possible. There is a scenario where Brian comes back,
Bro, he's going
says he
off
got into
the
a fight
walls.
with Gabby on the road. They got separated, and he returned home, and he doesn't know what
His
happened.
coverage is insane right now, dude.
There's also that scenario here, still within the realm of possible, that they got into a fight, they got separated, and something
Motherfuckers will say kind of weird, JB. Bro, I get this fucking mad about like systemic injustices.
I can feel it through the camera lens. I feel it. JB, come on, no way. It's got to be Brian.
Also,
But
I'm not
at
a
this
fucking
stage of where we
local
are, there
news
is
anchor.
zero evidence that connects Brian Laundrie to Gabby Petito's death. And we can now say not disappearance, but death. Zero evidence. That could change in a matter of minutes, hours, or days. However, at this time, Gabby is dead, and her fiance is a missing persons case. And until that they have something to charge him with, you know, people saying, I hope Brian's parents come forward and speak. What if they have nothing to speak about? Or what if they have nothing to speak regarding how Gabby lost her life? Again, apologies for the hoarse voice. It keeps cracking, but it's been a long day of streaming. It's been a long week of streaming, and it's just taking a toll on the vocal cords here, folks. All right, so here's what we're going to do here, folks. It is very difficult here on a Sunday night. What we're going to do is I'm going to step away for 60 seconds. 60 seconds. I want everyone to file in their hashtag HeyJB comments, whether you want to pass along a prayer for Gabby, a prayer for the Petito family, whether or not you want to make a point about anything I just said, whether or not you want to make a point about Brian Laundrie, whether or not you want to give some words of encouragement to Florida law enforcement that is searching for Brian right now at this hour. Use hashtag HeyJB here. It's with the size of our audience.
He's leaving right now to go find Brian in the woods, bro. Parasocial JB. What is this?
Amanda Eklund's classmates say she was one of the kindest and most generous students at Montgomery High. Her 4.0 GPA and hours spent volunteering at a local homeless shelter truly make her death at the hands of a drunk driver earlier this week all the harder to take for this school and this community.
I just keep asking why.
Me too. Why? Why Amanda? Why not us? I never knew Amanda, but everywhere I went, there were touching reminders of the caring friend she would have been to me had I known her. The halls where we would have talked about our classes. The student lunchroom where we might have shared a piece of pepperoni pizza, which might have been her favorite food. I know it's mine. Well, it wasn't easy coming back to school. Now that Amanda's gone, but we did it because that's what she'd have wanted us to do.
God, this is the Onion. It's a joke.
Because that's our Amanda.
But you didn't know her.
Don't say that.
I was already exhausted after the emotional roller coaster ride at the school, but I knew there were more victims to be with. Amanda's family.
That's her senior photo. She was class president.
She was so talented. It's just not fair. It's just not fair.
Well, I guess that God must have had some reason for taking her away. Right now, I can't even
Excuse
imagine.
me. I need a minute. I'm sorry. Can I keep this?
Losing Amanda was one of the hardest things I've ever had to deal with, but I knew I had to be strong for this community. I couldn't let them go through the funeral without my support.
I don't want the pain to stop. I don't want to get any easier. She was so much better than all of us. I don't want to go on. The pain. She was so much good. She cared about so many people. She loved you so much. Andrew, she loved you so much. What's your name? She loved you, Russell.
And we have Brady Shaw with us right now.
Thanks, Brooke.
Not quite how I would have reported the story. Seems a bit unprofessional to let yourself get so emotional.
Well, when people are feeling pain, I feel it too. Don't you ever get emotionally invested in a story?
No, I don't. You know, I had my tear ducts cauterized years ago, and I like to keep my emotions stored in a special place in my mind where they only come out for my night terrors.
I guess it's like that old Japanese proverb. Wakatara sono mama de.
Yeah, okay. I saw that special report you did from the war zone in Darfur the other night. You almost got shot at one point.
I didn't even notice. I was so wrapped up in the feelings of the moment. That bullet could have passed right through me. I wouldn't have even felt
Yeah,
it.
too bad that didn't happen. Okay, thanks for stopping by, O'Brady.
Chad, this is a fucking joke. This is a meme from The Onion. JB's strategy is working. He's one of the most genuine and empathetic journalists I've ever watched. Thank you for all your hard work bringing us live info about Gabby. Hashtag HeyJB. Oh my God, it's one of my followers. And did you just choose this because it's astrology? Are you guys trying to fucking do Are you guys trying to fucking do anti-astrology agitprop right now? Yo, this is crazy. Like, this motherfucker's like, I'm gonna be outside of Brian Laundrie's house in 50 minutes. Yo, how about you fucking stay home, dude? Like, what are you gonna do, dude? Harass the fucking family with a camera? Like, you're gonna find him with your camera? This dude almost cries about some person he doesn't know while you laugh at a chatter saying, at least Sean Hannity doesn't burp in the mic. Two different worlds. Wait, missing white woman syndrome is actually a real thing? Bro, we're literally experiencing it. What the fuck are you talking about?
We don't know what happened to Gabby. We don't know if her fiance is involved. It's so easy to jump to conclusions, but we have a responsibility here. I have a responsibility, and the job that I do, I have a responsibility for all of you to have a frank conversation with you based on what we know and what we don't know, but also to tell it as it is. And to tell it as it is right now, this is not yet a homicide investigation until we are told by authorities in Wyoming, in Northwest Wyoming. We believe that something terrible happened to Gabby. We believe. We don't know. And so we'll find out, hopefully, sooner rather than later what happened to Gabby. But this is not a homicide investigation at this time. And Brian Laundrie, her fiance, is a person of interest who is missing and has not been charged with a crime and has invoked his constitutional right to remain silent. And we don't know where he is.
Here, let's talk about Gabby Petito now.
Gabby Petito. The FBI saying a body was found in Wyoming, consistent with the description of the missing 22-year-old. This comes as the search continues for her boyfriend, who returned from a cross-country trip without her. Trevor Alt has the latest for us. Good morning, Trevor.
Good morning, Robin. This was a truly devastating update in that multi-state search for Gabby out west. And of course, here in Florida, the person of interest in Gabby's disappearance, her boyfriend, Brian Laundrie, is still reported missing. Though Gabby's family has said Brian is not missing, he's hiding.
This morning, a dark discovery in Wyoming. A body believed to be 22-year-old Gabby Petito found near Grand Teton National Park.
Full forensic identification has not been completed to confirm 100% that we found Gabby, but her family has been notified of this discovery.
Overnight, her father reacting to the news with this tweet. She touched the world. That grim news coming as authorities are in the midst of a separate massive manhunt for Petito's boyfriend, Brian Laundrie. This weekend in Florida, search crews desperately sifting through thousands of acres of alligator-infested marshland. The FBI using drone technology, ATVs, and canine units to try to pinpoint his whereabouts.
You could be out here for months if you wanted.
Laundrie's parents alerted police he was missing on Friday, saying they hadn't seen him since Tuesday, and he's still a person of interest in Petito's disappearance. Petito and Laundrie had been on a cross-country road trip together, sharing their adventures on YouTube. They were last seen together August 24th, leaving a hotel in Utah. Petito telling her mother over the phone the next day they were on the way to Grand Teton National Park, where that discovery was made on Sunday. Days after they were seen together, Brian returned home to Florida alone in her van.
One of the most insane parts of this story that I will just like never be able to comprehend is the fact that Florida police just like did not keep a watchful eye over the person of interest on the story. Like, I get it. Legally, I get why you can't just like throw him in fucking jail and like throw away the key. I get that. We have a constitution, you know, there's constitutional protections offered to every American citizen, and the American government abiding by that is a good thing ultimately, you know, unless you're fucking Muslim, in which case, or black, or brown, or poor in general, or not from Florida, or, you know, there's plenty of instances where they just don't do that, and that's fucked up when they don't do that, and I criticize them. But like, just fucking surveil him, dog. What the fuck is wrong with you? Florida cops, literally, Casey Anthony, to Electric Boogaloo, dude. What the fuck?
Overnight, Brian Laundrie's sister, Cassie, speaking out exclusively to ABC News, sharing condolences and prayers with Petito's family, and adding, Gabby was a fun and loving infant.
They didn't have a body, so there wasn't a crime yet. I know, but like, that doesn't mean anything, dude. Like, statistically speaking, once someone is a missing person beyond the 48-hour mark, you already know that the likelihood that they're dead is like, it jumps up, okay? You think if I know that and I'm a fucking dumb himbo who's a true crime enthusiast, you think the cops don't fucking know that? They do know that. Every fucking anti-vaxxer Facebook mom knew that, okay? This guy literally drove the fucking van that they owned together home and lawyered up and didn't say that she was missing for fucking 10 days, dude. How do you not keep an eye on him? How do you not keep track of him? Like, how? You just don't care. You don't care enough to fucking solve the crime. That's why.
Influence to the boys, as she always referred to them. We will cherish all the time.
Florida Constitution mandates giving primary witnesses a 2-hour head start. It's out of their hands. This dude is arguing a 19th century interpretation of the habeas corpus. I mean, dude, it doesn't matter. Like, I'm not even saying that, like, dude, I'm not saying that they should violate his Fourth Amendment rights either. Like, I'm saying that, you know, keep a watchful eye, motherfucker. That's not crazy. Like, he's the last person with, there's a reason why they still called him the like principal.
Step one, train the people only to.
What the fuck? Why'd you send me this, dude? Please stop. I mean, he was the fucking key witness no matter what. Like, you know, keep a watchful eye on the missing person case if you care about it as much as like the media's covering it.
And for the first time, sharing these postcards she received from Petito during the road trip, many of them addressed to her boyfriend's nephews and signed Aunt Gabby. One reading, Uncle Brian and I miss you so much. Everywhere we go reminds us of you. And on the same day Petito sent her final postcard, Cassie says Gabby sent this text message. I can't believe school started already, adding, send me a picture of the boys to show Brian. We're in Arches right now, so we don't have the best Wi-Fi. Multiple agencies have been working the case, authorities piecing together any information to figure out what happened to Gabby. In this now viral series of TikTok videos, Miranda Baker claims on
I didn't believe this person. I was wrong.
August 29th, she saw Laundrie hitchhiking in Grand Teton National Park and gave him a ride. Northport police telling ABC they've spoken.
Bro, we literally watched the FBI sit back and watch terrorists learn how to fly a plane and didn't do jack shit. What makes you think they were going to do anything to a white dude? Lamau? True. The FBI was like, oh, there's some people on our terrorist watch list that moved into San Diego and are getting flight lessons. One of the collaborators actually was brought in because during the flight lessons, they said, I don't care about flying a Cessna. I want to learn how to fly a fucking 747. I don't care about learning how to land a plane. I only care about crashing it. And that guy was brought in, but none of the fucking collaborators that were also on that same fucking list were like, wait a minute. Why are these guys all getting fucking flight lessons? Very cool that both the FBI and the CIA were just like, this seems like a normal thing that people are doing.
Spoken with Baker, and her timeline is plausible.
I'm hoping this can help someone identify him. He had told my boyfriend and I that him and his fiance doing like a cross-country road trip, and that she was back at their van at a dispersed campsite working on their social media.
She says Laundrie offered them money for a ride, but then asked to be left off the side of the road soon after.
When we looked back, 10 or 15 seconds after he got out of the vehicle, he was gone.
And Gabby Petito's family has said repeatedly that the only question they had was, where is Gabby? Of course, the question now is what happened to her, and Brian Laundrie may very well be the only person who could possibly answer it if investigators ever find him. But we just heard from local police moments ago that today they will not be conducting a search in this nature reserve. TJ?
All right, Trevor, we thank you for the update.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.
And for more on this, Nancy Grace is the host of Crime Stories on Fox Nation. And Nancy, as this news happens just as we are right here live on air in Northport, Florida, searching the home again. There's so much to ask you. Let's just get your take on what they might be looking for at the home.
Well, number one, with all of the press and citizens outside the home, how did Laundrie get out and nobody noticed? That place has been staked out.
That's right, Nancy Grace. You tell them. You fucking tell them, Nancy. How did the cops not do this? It's like, dude, hello. I mean, this is the perfect. Oh, this is a perfect video. A perfect video, dude. I fucking love. This story is for the hogs. Like, it's a great fucking hog story. It's a uniter. It's a great uniter of the hogs. And also, true crime enthusiasts on the left, such as ourselves. And that's precisely why we covered this we covered this for as long as we did. I wonder if they've ever, I wonder if Fox News has ever, a single time covered a missing black person or a missing sex worker or a missing indigenous person, at all. I mean, I literally mean just at all. I don't mean this level of fervor or anything like that. Is there ever, you think you guys think local news ever done that? Your chappy racist as hell just because she's a white girl, Lamau? No, I mean, I think it's still a tragedy. It doesn't matter if she's fucking black or white. But if you don't recognize, the reason that people are doing this, the reason why people are fucking covering it like this, I don't know what to tell you. They did? Never mind. I've been owned. No, but this is Fox News, dude. This is Fox News, chat. That's entirely separate than... You got to know this by now. Fox News' news and journalism branch actually produces journalism. They're still fucked up. This is their journalism side. I'm talking about the real Fox News, the op-ed side. People are saying racist because there's never been a case covered by news like that with a black girl involved. Like, we're talking Fox TV coverage, like Fox News TV. Is like, if you recall, Fox News, when Fox News covered like my fucking 9/11 takes, like they did a decent job at it. Well, move that goalpost, King. No, I'm talking about Fox News, the TV broadcast, which they may have, by the way. They probably did.
About 24/7. Did he really go to Carlton Reserve? Why do we believe that other than that's what the parents said? I don't understand how the car could have left with him in it, and then the parents bring it back, and nobody sees any of this happening. I'm also very concerned about the condition in which Gabby was found, her remains. Was she buried?
He's talking about Fox News, chat, not Fox News. I'm talking about Fox News, the TV branch, the fucking actual, industry mover, the most successful fucking part of the Fox News franchise, the television programs that cover opinionated editorial pieces, not the fucking objective or close to objective news coverage side of Fox News, which is the only reason why they can still get like fucking media credibility or media credentials rather.
Buried? Was she at the bottom of a ravine? Was she attacked by animals? Did she die from the elements? Because if Gabby was buried, then she was murdered. That's what I need to find out.
So the autopsy will be done tomorrow. And I understand, they have to wait a little while. The police seem to feel pretty sure about this, so no doubt the family is very devastated. Interestingly, in this case, Nancy, these bloggers are looking back through their...
Nobody who watches Fox News, the channel, reads Fox News, the website. You're 100% right. Yeah. That's why when Fox News, the channel, will sometimes have polls from Fox News, the website, the fucking website polls, or rather the polls that like Fox News conducts with other like notable polling places will be like, 75% of Americans think socialism is dope. You think 75% of Fox News watchers think socialism is dope? No, motherfucker. It's because they're actually conducting it like a real polling station. Okay, that's why. And then everyone who doesn't understand that dynamic will literally be like, look, fucking Fox News watchers think socialism is sick. No. Okay, I don't want to watch the rest of this. Fox News, the website is still terrible. Just look at the comment section. Yeah. Oh, all right. I'm fucking bored of this. I just like. I mean, here, just we'll watch
video. Their travel video. These are civilians, and they see.
Yesterday you were pissed because someone told you were just covering this because the girl was white. Today you agree. No, I was pissed that the fucking person that came in here was making it seem like it wasn't because we have a genuine interest in fucking true crime. And that we're basic bitches, and instead it was just like, and that it wasn't like a fucking serious newsworthy story. Now the story's newsworthiness has moved on. Now that we have like actual fucking evidence as to what happened, and it moved beyond like just pure fascination of true crime itself. Now the fucking story worthiness is about the media analysis, which I still engaged in back then. Okay, I talked about that yesterday as well. I talked about the day before that as well. Every single time I actually talked about the Gabby Petito case, I have brought up white missing woman syndrome time and time again, but it's still not enough. I think some of the chatters literally want me to just say like, oh, she fucking sucks. Who cares about her? Or some shit like that.
The van, and then they look and a little bit closer, they see the hat that was also in other photographs that we had of the van or video. Then they see sandals that seem to match the ones that Gabby had. So they were critically important to.
And yeah, chatter implied that I was a white nationalist or something like that. So that was what I was upset about. No, chatter didn't. I love when some chatters will make it seem like other chatters that said like unhinged shit were actually just normal criticisms and I should chill the fuck out. Literally, what the fucking other chatter implied was I was playing into white supremacy by covering a missing white woman. That was the exact take from that one chatter who said, I am advancing white supremacy because I'm, watching a fucking active missing persons case of a person who happens to be white.
Getting to this point where the FBI was able to find the body.
Yes, and I don't want to be too hard on them not finding the body earlier because this is a huge thousands and thousands of acres. And remember, they were in dispersed camping, which means they're not where the laundry or the porta potties or the trash is. They're beyond that, way off the grid. And I just say thank God that a blogger saw that and posted it, or another camper, because that really helped them hone in. But the nature of the discovery of the body is going to be critical. They had up a tent.
Yeah, who gives a fuck about this case because she's white, right? If you care about a missing white girl, you must be a Republican Trumper, right? Jesus, man. And we're the racist ones, not you, right? I love when fucking chatters start shadow boxing. Like, I literally never said that. So you don't give a fuck about a girl who got murdered just because she's white, you racist pig? You jerk off and watch porn? Wait, what the fuck? That's a weird way to go. I don't get what is wrong with being white. Why is being white a crime, you racist piece of shit? What is wrong with you wanting to fuck someone's wife? That's weird as fuck. That's weird AF. What is it with you wanting to fuck someone's wife? What? I love these guys because they make their own entertainment. Okay? They make their own entertainment in their own minds. Like, this guy's already fantasizing about, like, what I've said. They've already made up their minds about, like, what I've said in their minds. Where are your parents then? You're the same way. Tell that black bitch to shut the fuck up. Why that bitch so loud? Well deserved. Yes, you dumbass. Play the rest of the video. Stop pausing the video. Do stop pausing. Oh god, he's a pause Andy. Actually, wait. I'm gonna unban him to see if he has anything else to say. He wants you to cuck his wife? Probably. Do you want me to fuck your wife, Evan? Most sane Yankees fan? All right, let's keep going.
So you couldn't really see what is going on. But back to Landry. I'm suspicious, was he ever even in Carlton Reserve? And here's something else for you to think about. Has anybody seen him at all since he got home on September 1? How long has he really been gone? Remember, the parents wouldn't let the cops in the home. They wouldn't let them see Landry. They wouldn't let them see Laundry or talk to him. Has he been gone this whole time?
I have Trace, go ahead with your question, and then I'll follow up.
I was just curious because Nancy, Trace Gallagher, I think I'm fascinated by the whole thing, and people forget that that Gabby Petito actually lived in this house with the Laundry family before they went on this 5-month thing. So he comes home on September 1st, and there's no questions. Where's Gabby for 10 days until they?
I like that Hasan literally said this is a tragedy. It just gets hella media coverage because she's white, and also she's telegenic. She's pretty. She's white. There's a lot of footage out there about her, like running around the country. There's a lot of content to work with. If it bleeds, it leads is the fucking. If it bleeds, it leads is the mentality. Like, there's so much that factored into this. You wouldn't be watching this if she was black because no news channels would be covering this. There's truth to that for sure.
The family finally, decided.
Yeah, and also like. TikTok Zoomers took it on and they fucking blew it out of proportion with like conspiracies and
To
stuff.
report her missing. But the question in all of this, you made a very good point. There had to be eyes on this house. Maybe they couldn't talk to the guy because of his constitutional rights. Maybe they couldn't have a warrant to get all the electronics, but there had to be eyes on this house. And it's very difficult to believe that Brian Laundrie, with the help of his parents or not, just decided to go to some reserve and take a hike while nobody saw him leave in and out. It just doesn't make sense. And then you're right, the car going back and forth is weird.
Yeah, how do you miss that? I'm curious, are there cameras at Carrollton Reserve? Because I've been to a lot of hiking spots and there are no cameras. It's a bunch of trees. They don't have surveillance video on it. It's nature. So if there's not surveillance cameras, then that's a problem. But how about in the neighborhood? Could you see him driving in and out on Ring doorbells? Was it even him, or has he been gone since September 1 and have the parents been covering for him?
Well, Nancy, you think back to last...
Also, I want to fucking know that too. Like, I hate to agree with fucking old Nancy here, okay? But like, I love hearing stories about fucking police incompetence because I'm like, what the fuck? What are you doing? Rather, not I love. I'm aware of police incompetence. I love hearing conservatives also get mad at it because they feel like, you know, one of their daughters was taken and cops didn't do anything about it. Do you see what I'm saying? It's like, oh, well, welcome. Welcome to the fucking real world where, you know, Florida cops are just like, duh, boy, I don't know. I don't know, dude. What the fuck? Tim Pool posted about it. And what? Why is the Gabby Petito thing news? A young girl's been murdered. How is that not news? Dude, are you kidding me? Like, of course they fucking... there's a reason why it's news. It goes beyond just a murder. There's so many murders that occur every day that no one talks about.
Last week, when Laundrie's sister did an interview with Good Morning America, and she said that she had not been allowed...
Yeah, it's racist. They don't report on missing POC, but do you really think a woman with that haircut would be upset about a missing non-white person? Bro, I'm sorry. That's pretty fun. That's a funny ass take, dude. That's a funny ass take. Dude, send me videos. I don't want to see these fucking... I don't want to just see the writing. I want to see the video of the staff member coming in and, with blackface. Wait, did this guy come back with anything? Aw. He got so upset that he just like ran away. All right.
Infiltrated.
Allowed to see him either, right?
Right, because was he not there? I mean, you have to think back. Number one, establish your timeline. We don't even have a timeline because nobody can say.
I like how Nancy just casually mentions Ring doorbell surveillance as a matter of course, rather than huge privacy intrusion where Amazon gives law enforcement video surveillance without warrants. So much for conservatism. Conservatism does not give a fuck, dude. They are authoritarian psychos.
Hey, other than
That's the difference between me and like a conservative pundit is that I recognize the erosion of like habeas corpus when I talk about, or the erosion of like Fourth Amendment rights when I talk about even someone like fucking Brian. And that's precisely why I talk about like, well, you know, you could have just like kept an eye on him, you know, just like, just on his overall whereabouts, even if you don't want to fucking like literally throw them in jail immediately. Most cringe shit I've seen around this is men blaming the woman for not seeing the signs and staying in the relationship. Maybe, I don't know, just fucking teach dudes how not to abuse women. Chuz blow my mind.
Parents, did they have seen Brian Laundrie? Why?
Well, go ahead, Trace.
Nancy, you've covered a lot of this stuff, and you know, I know you look at this scene and you're wondering, why is the FBI there now? Why is the FBI going back in the house? What are they looking for now? Have they exhausted the search for the Carlton Reserve? And what's next? What did they believe the parents are not telling them? The parents did not cooperate at all, nor did Brian Laundrie, and now suddenly the FBI is on the premises. They are scouring this house. What information have they gleaned, maybe from the other side of the country in Wyoming, more about the condition of Gabby Petito's body, but what have they gleaned that's making them present themselves to the house right now, in your estimation?
It could be a matter of getting the necessary warrants. I believe they could have gotten the warrants way back when, but maybe they know more than we do. I'm sure that they do. I think warrants should have been gotten on the parents, their phones, their emails, their texts, the works, to find out where she was. But now that her body has been found, this whole thing is a whole nother can of worms, because we're talking about now a potential homicide. And I'm telling you, what they found out there may have led them to believe she didn't die of natural causes. This is a homicide, and now they're trying to get all that, let's just say their laptops, their iPads, everything, even their Alexa. What was said in the home, that could be gotten pursuant to warrant. Think.
Nancy, the other thing that happened.
Bro, that's insane, dude. Nancy Grace is like, I need to know when Brian Laundrie's mother took a fat deuce. You understand me? We need to know when she did her poopies at her house. What kind of poopies? Was it diarrhea? Are we talking one of them soft ones, you know? Was it a hard one that's like hard to push out? We need to know these things.
What happened is we found out that he hitchhiked at one point and was picked up. And the woman, Miranda, who was on Good Morning America today, who picked him up, said that he, when they said they were going to Jackson, he got agitated and wanted to get out of the car. What might investigators glean from that?
And did get out of the car, and he didn't just get out of the car, he got out of the car to hitch a different ride. He didn't want to go anywhere near Jackson, and this is what I find very critical about that. He had said he and Gabby had been sleeping on a tarp, which is, that's not all that uncommon because you usually put a tarp underneath your tent. But sleeping on a tarp out on the Snake River. Miranda, the TikTok girl, says he was clean, he didn't smell bad, he looked freshly showered. How is that when you've been out on a tarp on the Snake River? Where had he really been, and why didn't he want to get close to Jackson, near where Gabby was found?
I think one of the key parts of this investigation right now is you talk about Carlton Reserve, and for context and people who don't know the area and don't know anything about that, you're talking about 83 some miles of hiking trails in and around.
Oh no, one of my coworkers watches you. If you see this, hey Alex. What's up, Alex?
Around that reserve, and what they're saying now is, you know what, there's a belief that he's not there. So he's somewhere else, and somebody, if he is somewhere else, somebody in that house knows where or has an inkling of where that somewhere else.
I feel like none of these motherfuckers know anything, dude. Here, I want to watch this though. I'm surprised by this because apparently the 911 call that was released showed something entirely different than what the media covered. The exact opposite.
Hi, can you hear me, sir? Yeah, I can hear you. Hi, I'm calling. I'm right on the corner of Main Street by Moonflower, and we're driving by, and I'd like to report a domestic dispute. Florida with the white van, Florida license plate, white land, gentleman,
Where's
about
it at?
5'6" beard. They just drove off. They're going down Main Street. They made a right onto Main Street from Moonflower.
Or what were they doing?
Cooperative, but what'd you say?
What were they doing?
We drove by and the gentleman was slapping the girl.
He was slapping her?
Yes, and then we stopped. They ran up and down the side.
Why did the media cover this as though the witness that called the 911 call made it seem like the girl was the one being abusive, by the way? Which is crazy.
Sidewalk, he proceeded to hit her, hopped in the car, and they drove off.
Okay, you said it's a white van?
white van. I give you.
Originally, the 911 call or the cops in the video said that the report was about like her. The officer made it seem like she was brutalizing him, or at least they made it seem like that's what the witness said. Unless there was a different call. This could have been a separate call, because the first call and the way that they made it seem like was that that the first call actually made it seem like she was hitting him, and she was hitting him. We know that she was hitting him.
I can give you the license plate if you give me 1 sec. I took a picture of it.
What kind of white van?
Which, by the way, you know, she admitted that. He admitted that as well, for the record. So there were marks. She admitted that she hit him. He admitted that she hit him. Cop said that the witness said that she had hit him. So that's why I was working with that information. Unless
Like a
this
big
is
one?
unless this is a either separate incident or someone who only saw the second part of the incident.
It was a smaller van with the.
Just leave you on my loudspeaker in my office accidentally while I went to take a dump. My colleagues think I'm deranged now, and it's your fault. Well, you were fucking taking a poop while I was talking about poopy, okay? So think about how normal and human that is.
The license plate of it was white, Florida license plate QFT G03. It was the make was a Ford, model was Transit, black ladder on the passenger side.
Black ladder, passenger side.
White Ford Transit.
White Ford Transit. Okay, what's your name? And where did they? So they turned. They headed south on Main Street from Moonflower Market.
Correct. They made the right turn.
Also, they went north.
North. Yeah, sorry, I'm not from around here.
Okay, you're right there by the post office?
Right across the street, yep.
Okay, and when they turned onto Main Street, they went right or left?
Right.
Right, so they went north. North on Main. All right, I will let somebody know. Thank you.
Dude, what's so special about this? Dude, I get fucking annoyed now when people ask this question over and over again. One, I've already described it. Two, nobody comes in here and is like, why are you covering a JCS murder story? Like no one ever says that when we're doing like a fucking a JCS video. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, no worries.
Bye.
Thanks.
We are a bunch of fucking basic bitches who love true crime, okay? Is that...